One day, we will challenge those who doubt us, and they will be among the witnesses.
They will be among the witnesses?
Yes, and they will clap for us, and we will forget that they once criticized us.
Okay.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
Success only comes with the potential to discover and believe in your ability.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up this tripod and get my jog so I'll warm up my body before we get into the intense work, because trust me, it's really going to get intense. So generally how I start this is I do 3 laps and then I come back doing these and then I finish it up with 2 sprints. Without further ado, let me just get into it and I'll show you guys how we do it. Now before I start exercising, I always do a 3-lap jog around the field to get my body warmed up, to get my body stretched and ready for the intense work. I advise this for everybody that starts working out. So yeah, so that was the first part of the workout. I feel warm, I feel ready. So now what I'm going to do is some stretching and then we get into the sprint. Now before I get into absolutely anything, I always make sure that my body and my muscles are completely stretched and they are ready and prepared for whatever workout that I have for that day. If you're a person that just gets into the gym or that just gets into the workout without stretching, you need to stop that because you're cheating yourself. If your muscles are not stretched, if your muscles are not prepared, they will not grow as much as they would have if they are completely stretched, because you don't want to just gain mass, but you want to gain flexibility. You want to be able to use your body when you get older. So it's not always just about the muscles, it's about how well you can use your body. I start by stretching off my legs to make sure that when I'm running and when I do my squats, my legs are not tense in any kind of manner. So for everybody that is willing to start, or everybody that does work out but they don't really stretch their muscles first, it's definitely time for you to change your system and start by stretching, because when you stretch your muscles, they can grow more easily than when you just give them intensity. Remember, it's about consistency and longevity and growth. Yeah, so I just got done with the stretching. Now we're getting into the intense stuff, my favorite part, which is the sprinting. You don't really have to have all the speed when you start doing this. You know, you just go at whatever you feel that you're comfortable with, and as you are more consistent, you realize that you're gaining more and more speed. So let me get into it without talking too much. So then the final part is the sprint, what I've been warming up for and getting myself ready for. This is one part that I really love, because then every day it feels like I'm testing myself at a different level, at a different speed. You should always have that one workout that makes you test yourself every time, that you never really know what it's going to be like. For me, some days I'm fast, some days I'm slower, some days I catch up, some days I'm in the middle. But I always force myself to make sure that I push myself to the extra limit each and every day, because every day has its own different battles. Finally done with that warm up. Now I'm going to do my physical training, mainly the core and the legs. So my first workout is squats and jumping jacks. So I basically do the workout from over there to literally over there and back there. So now I'll finally get to the second part of the exercise, which would not be fluent and possible if I had not stretched myself and also pushed myself by sprinting, because now my body's fully active and I can feel every single movement that I make. This also helps with avoiding early injuries, because you can pull a hamstring by doing these if your body's not used to the kind of workouts that I'm doing as you see here. But I advise anybody that's starting out, you don't really have to do what I'm doing exactly, but you can just find that threshold of something that you're comfortable with and then work with that for as long as you can. As you do it more, you realize that you want more and you can go the extra mile, and then you can just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. Now this is one of the parts that I really love a lot, because it helps with 3 parts of my body, mainly my chest, my back, my biceps and my triceps, and it also helps with my core and building up my stamina. I can run longer because I do this, and there's so many other things that I can do with these exercises. If I had not stretched, once again, I'll keep bringing it up, if I had not stretched, I wouldn't be doing this effortlessly. It'll be very difficult for me because I have to pull each and every tense muscle in my body. So once again, before you do any of these things, don't just get to the gym, don't just get to the park where you work out and get straight into the work, because of course you might feel pain and you think that you're growing, but no, you could be pulling muscles that were not stretched, and if muscles are not stretched, they can't really grow. So you feel like you're doing something, but you're not really doing anything, right? But you're working against yourself, because it is always important to stretch and then you exercise the muscle. Do not just only stretch, but also exercise the muscle, as I am doing here. That was nice, that was nice. So after I do those, I then do these. Alright, so what these help with, they mainly help with, let me just say, your triceps and your biceps, and also they work on your back. You can start by just doing 10 a day. You know, don't start too crazy. Many people want to go for crazy numbers like 50, 30. Start small. Start small. What you want to do with anything in life, not just working out, you want to start small so that you can have the consistency. Our bodies and our minds are not used. They hate difficulty, right? Even though our main thing as humans is to adapt, but our brains and our bodies hate change. They hate pain. They hate discomfort. So how you beat the system, because you can't beat yourself, you start small. You start with things that feel so meaningless, but they add on. You know, you start with 5 a day. In 2 weeks you're doing 10. In 3 weeks you're doing 20. In 5 weeks you're doing 50. Who knows, right? But you got to start small. You got to start with something that you can do on a consistent basis. You don't want to start big, because you cannot maintain all that pressure, including life, including everything else that you have to deal with on a daily basis. So always start small. If you want to start working out, if you want to start a business, you want to start anything in life, start small. Use what you have, right? I stay in Thornton and there are no gyms here. I have a friend, Nelly, shout out to Nelly, has been wanting me to join the gym, but when you look at all the factors that surround joining a gym, number one, you don't need to get clothes, because now you need to look the part when you go to the gym, right? And a lot of people don't really have that much money to pay for the gym, to pay for clothes, to pay for transport each and every day. So it feels like a job. It feels, going to the gym does not just mean going to the gym. Going to the gym means making 5 to 10 decisions, and you already have, you know, mental fatigue from whatever you've been dealing with. I know I get carried away and I get off topic sometimes, but it's only purely just because I've been through so much with this journey, and I'm going through so much in my personal life, and I'm realizing that so many people are going through the same things, but they either do not have the platform, or they don't feel that they have the voice, or even the clout. Let me just say, they don't have the platform, you know, to express their emotions, to express the areas in their life where they need help. And that's what we're about on this channel. We're about building each other, our skill set, our mindset, our body, our health, our wealth, our families, everything. But it all starts up here. You cannot build anything if you're mentally messed up, right? So working out actually adds to your mental strength, because you're not only building your physical stamina, you're not only building your physical strength, but you're also building your mental fortitude, knowing this is what teaches you that you can survive anything in life, right? Many people feel like they cannot survive anything. That's why they seek constant stimulation. I used to be a heavy vapor. I used to smoke cigarettes. I was never really an alcoholic like that, but I used to drink. Not in a concerning manner. I won't even put alcohol in this one. But I used to smoke. I used to seek stimulants always, because I had, you know, social anxiety, and I also had a kind of a depressive phase, you know. As we grow in life, we go through heartbreaks. We don't really know how to deal with them, so we kind of close off. But then within that isolation, we learn so much about ourselves, we learn so much about the world, and we know how to carry ourselves. It's the same exact thing as working out. Many people feel like it's going to take so much from them, but no, it only takes what you give, and after you give, it gives back. Anything and everything in life only takes what you give, right? People treat you how you treat yourself. If you treat yourself as a king, people will treat you as a king. If you treat yourself as a queen, people will see that and will give you the treatment. But then if you're unsure of yourself, if you doubt yourself, you know, that could be caused by anything else. But working out, working on yourself, building your mental fortitude, building something in life, things that give you meaning, you know, that don't really take too much of your energy. You want to invest in these things because they can help you build empires beyond your wildest imagination. But anyway, let me get back into the workout and give you guys the source.
Nothing grows in survival mode. You say you want more, but everything about how you move says you're still scared to lose. You want growth, but you're still making decisions from survival. Still hanging around people that think too small. Still treating opportunities like they'll run out. Nothing grows in survival mode, bro. Overflow don't show up from a person playing defense. It comes when you start thinking like the person who already has it. You can't keep asking for bigger blessings if you're still operating from shortage. You can't expect expansion when you're still protecting what's familiar. At some point, you're going to have to stop moving like you're trying to keep what you have and start moving like you trust what's next. You'll never be elevated if you stay surrounded by what holds you down. It's like we keep asking God for more, but some things can't reach you while the wrong people still have a seat at your table. And the crazy part is, you already sense it. You just keep giving chances to what keeps slowing you down. There's a reason your spirit is restless. That's God trying to elevate you. But let me tell you one thing I know about God. He won't place purpose around dysfunction.
Now, I know some of you guys are looking at this like, yo, that is crazy. I might never get to do that by myself, but trust me, as I said before, it only takes consistency. You start with the small steps. You start by doing 1. You start by doing 5. Let's start there. You start by doing 5. By 5 you get to 10. By 10 you get to 15. Before you know it, you get to 50. Nothing is impossible. All you need to do is actually put your mind to it. The more you think about something, the more it actually materializes. So if you're always telling yourself that you can't do something, who do you think is going to give you what you feel that you don't deserve? Nobody's going to give you what you feel that you don't deserve. So you have to feel that you deserve everything that you want. You have to feel that you deserve everything that you have, not because you're able, but also because God blessed you with everything and more. But it's just that people are blind, or people choose what they want to see on a day-to-day basis. People choose the decisions that they make every day based on what makes them comfortable. You know what I mean? And this year is not a year of staying small. This year we're going big in all realms of our lives, in all areas of our life. We're going big, we're going maximum, because why not? Why not? What are we waiting for? Who are we waiting for? Nobody. It's just us. So let's get to work, man. Now, this second last exercise I'm about to do, I'm sure a lot of you guys can do. Since you're probably kids, you probably just forgotten how to do it, or you haven't been, practicing your muscle to do it. But next up, we got the monkey bars. This is one of my favorites. If you don't get it, just Google it, right? But anyway, I'm about to do the monkey bars now. Let's